Today, there is another issue about human clone, which is marriage contract and age, LGBT and support group. As we know, at any country, society, and at any religion, marriage is considered pure civil contract between two, husband and wife, with two witnesses. Condition of marriage is stated by law, influenced by religion, and it can be modified with the agreement of the two contractors. There are no age limit of marriage beyond puberty, as long as the two are accepting and ready to marry. Marriage is not scary, as it doesn't hinder a person from achieving future goals, doesn't limit personal freedom, and its financial burden as people, it's not a financial burden as people would imagine, as long as the two, 1+1, have support and assistance. That includes their family, governments, their job, and from any other entity. So marriage, it only means that those two started to have the innate human pleasure through legal contained and contented sexual relationship, and the rest would be decided upon time as it goes. So this simple relationship needs lifelong education from authentic source and professionals, and so it can continue, be formally addressed, meet societal standards and expectations, and so it can grow, have prosperity at every life aspect. When we think about age of marriage, we think about the very early marriage of adolescents, and that would only inspire independency, power, respect, readiness to tackle job responsibility. It would also inspire tremendous evolution and success, as well as it will prepare leaders at the very early in the process through their early training and their engagement on building their own family. Early marriage also prevents all bad behaviors due to delayed marriage. For example, adolescent marriage would certainly prevent the occurrence of drug addiction, rape, adultery. LGBT with LGBT requires our clarification. So LGBT in Islam means men having sex with men through anus and all its consequences, including sexually transmitted diseases, local and systemic harms, negative energy, and no breed, the purpose of having sex. Transgender goes under this category, but for lesbians, we don't consider a lesbian in Islam among those, as for women, and since only a man can have sex with 4 wives and his unlimited women slaves, so it's lesbians in this sense would be considered women teaching each others, and so they can please their husbands and masters. And it won't, as women teaching women, they won't have a sexual relationship through anus and its consequences, as we said, STD, local and systemic harms, negative energy, and no breed purposes. By the time those married adolescents reaches maturity at age 40, they are themselves became grandparents, and so they are themselves can show true altruistic attitudes when it comes to building their communities with much freedom from the already married, their already married children who left their nest. At last but not the least, centers for marriage counselors and support consistent of either one or all of the following categories, for example, including socialists, psychologists, marriage specialized religion and lawmakers, together with medical examiners. Those centers have to be presumably at every city, suburb, God worship houses, schools, buildings, etc., if not at every street. Their job is to provide supportive treatment, care, and guidance to behaviors associated with marriage and divorce, delayed marriage, or due to lack of marriage, and all associated bad behaviors, for example, rape, adultery, drugs, and LGBT. At the end, the purpose of our guidance as a marriage counselor and support is not to limit people's will and happiness, but rather to limit and prevent bad behaviors and their consequences. Thank you very much, and you have a wonderful day.